Welcome to the People Chronicles. I'm Jackie Hoffman, and we are joined by a lovely 15-year-old Madison Woytovich. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
We start off every podcast with the same question, and that is, what would you like our viewers and listeners to learn from your story today? And I can tell them one thing, especially our listeners who can't see the video, is Madison doesn't have a bad hair day. Isn't that right?
That's right.
Now, you can tell us and dig a little deep and tell us your story and why that is.
Well, I've lost all the hair on my body due to an autoimmune disease called alopecia, which just makes all the hair on my body fall off. And what I really want people to know is that I'm healthy, I'm okay, it's not cancer, and I'm just a normal, healthy 15-year-old.
And Madison, how old were you when this started happening? Is it something that you're born with?
It can happen at any age of life. I mean, it can happen when you are born. It can happen when you're 10, even 30, or like just any age. But I got it when I was 5 years old and I was just starting kindergarten.
And so did you know that something was happening when you were 5 years old, or was it kind of, you really didn't understand it, and who helped you to understand what was going on?
My mom really helped me understand because she's had alopecia since she was 9, but she has alopecia areata, which is just, she gets quarter-sized bald spots every now and then. I was really confused with it starting out because I was wondering why I was losing all my hair, but none of my classmates were. I mean, I was just starting school. And it was just a really confusing time for me because I didn't really know what was happening to my body.
And when you go out and as you get older, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, teenage years, I know that people probably stare at you.
Yeah.
How does that affect you, and how do you treat them?
Well, I really hate when people stare, and not just because it's mean, just because I don't want people to think that I'm suffering or I'm sick, because I'm fine. I mean, it's just hair loss.
Would you rather them say, "What's the matter?" Or would you rather them just kind of stand and stare and you have to say, "I'm okay, I'm good"?
I mean, I do like when people ask because I like talking about it, and I like educating people and just letting them know that a lot of people do have this disease and you just don't know because they can cover it up. But I mean, I'm just like any other kid.
Right. And Madison, I'm ignorant to the fact that I don't clearly understand if alopecia is hereditary, or is this something that you won't have to worry about with a family of your own?
I think it's an autoimmune disease, so I mean that's hereditary, and autoimmune diseases do run in my family, but not just alopecia.
Okay.
Yeah.
Clearly, I understand that. Now, you fast forward to high school where you're at now, and you have a great crew of girlfriends that you hang out with, and you're living the normal everyday life.
Yeah.
Are you a part of any kind of group that maybe educates other younger children that are going through what you went through?
Well, definitely through CAP, I like...
Now back it up, because a lot of people don't know what CAP is. So now
All
you get a
right.
chance to tell everybody CAP, C-A-P.
Yeah, it stands for Children's Alopecia Project, which is a nonprofit support group, and we have a library program and lots of fun events to help kids' self-esteem who have alopecia.
And is it just in this area, or how far nationwide is it, all across the country?
Yeah, I mean, it's nationwide, and we've had a couple national camps which have turned international. We have people from Canada, Mexico. We had people from Brussels, Belgium come.
And who started this?
My parents.
Your parents
My
started
parents.
this, and
Yeah.
it has become worldwide.
I know, it's crazy.
It is. And from there, I'm going to ask you a question that I also want to know, and most likely our viewers and listeners, but there are probably times when you see your friends, doing their hair and, going out with other friends, and kind of, do you ever feel left out with certain friends?
I mean, sometimes I do, because, I mean, they're all doing their hair. Like, we have a formal dance that's coming up and they all get their hair done. But I feel like I can sort of express that through other ways, like through my makeup or my jewelry and different things like that.
And you are absolutely beautiful.
Thank you.
Your
Thank you.
makeup that's done and your smiles, you don't need anything else but that smile. I want to tell you that. You put that on every day, and clearly that's your wardrobe. That's all you need. Now, you also have a book to tell us about, which we're going to talk about in the next segment. Tell us some other things that are going on in high school right now. I know you have 3 sisters. Are any of them in high school?
My sister Helena is in high school. She's a grade above me, and she's 16.
So you have an older sister, and then you have 2 younger sisters.
Yes.
How do they deal with it?
I mean, they deal with it well. I mean, they're all obsessed with their hair, obviously, and do it all the time. But I mean, sometimes that sort of helps because I can do their hair, and I mean, I can still like join in like with the hair. It's just not mine.
Are there ever times when they kind of are very protective of their sister and
Very much.
you know, have told a few people off here and there, and you know you have nothing to worry about?
Yeah. Especially my sister Sophie. Like if someone's staring or giving me a mean look, she knows. Like she goes up to them and says, "It's alopecia, she can't help it."
Right.
So.
And do you feel that you have the voice to carry throughout what you're doing right now with the nonprofit, but do you feel that you have a voice to go further, and do you have big aspirations and dreams of taking this to the next step?
I do. Last year I definitely got more into public speaking, and I definitely want to take over CAP someday and just educate more and more people every day.
That's excellent. That is awesome. Now, with high school, getting back to Berks Catholic High School, what other things are you involved with?
I'm involved with the forensics team, and I do something called original oratory, which is I write my own speech, and it has to be 10 minutes long. I have like audiences that I perform in front of.
Rather you than me. I am not very good at public speaking.
I wasn't at first either.
So what's your secret?
I mean, it just gets so much easier. I mean, I didn't like when the judges were watching me, and I sort of stopped and lost my place at some parts, but like it does get better and you get used to it, and now it's one of my favorite hobbies and favorite things to do.
Good. So I can overcome that.
Yeah.
All right. We're going to come back with Maddie in just a little bit, and when we do come back, we're going to let you in on a book that you can read, and Maddie's going to talk more about that on the People Chronicles next.